I got into sound healing by accident. This is not one of those career choices that you contemplate and you're like, yeah, I'm gonna be a sound healer. I originally went to school for photography, and I moved out to San Francisco to pursue my dream of being a commercial photographer. When I turned 28, I became really sick. Not my normal sick. I'd been sick all my life, but this was different. I was losing my hair, I was losing the enamel on my teeth, I had migraines, I had waves and waves of just feeling lethargic, lumps in my breast, chronic constipation, skin issues. I mean, you name it, I was experiencing it, and I was in and out of the emergency room and on multiple medications, and it took the last visit, seeing my doctor, and I'm sitting in a hospital gown waiting for the doctor to come back to God knows what else we were going to have to do, probe and pricked, and he comes into the room just looking at his chart, not even making eye contact with me, and says, well, Miss Hall, if we don't find out what's going on with you, you're going down a really dark road. And I sat there just dumbfounded. I didn't, like, any thought, any words just all fell out of my head. I didn't know how to feel. I didn't know how to react to what he had just said. And in saying it in a way that was just like in passing and that it wasn't a big deal, but the words carried so much weight that after I fulfilled yet another prescription, I went home and I actually sat in meditation. And at that time, I didn't really know the difference between prayer and meditation. I'd always prayed, but this day was different. I sat and prayed, asking for an answer to what was happening with me, because I knew if something didn't change, I was going to be 28 years old, bald, toothless, with chronic constipation for the rest of my life, which is not very attractive. And then I waited in meditation to receive an answer. And the answer that I received was, you're going to be fine, be open. And you know, like if you're ever sitting in prayer and you're then waiting in meditation for the answer and you get an answer like that, you're like, what the F does that mean? And I was pissed off. I was just like, how is that the answer? I'm going to be okay. Be open. Be open to what? And so the next day, I don't even remember how it actually came into my awareness, but the answer of being open actually meant being open to other forms of healing. Up until that point, I had just gone to a regular doctor and did what the doctor said and took the medication that the doctor said to take. And I, was losing my ability to even be emotionally stable in the world, and really like hide the fact that I was always sick, and it was becoming really, really hard. So I made an appointment with a naturopathic doctor. I went in not really thinking that it would, like, what am I going to get from a naturopathic doctor? What are they really going to say? And I sat there with her for 2 hours, and it was the first time in my health journey that I felt heard and that I had hope. So she said, Danielle, this is fixable. She said that I believe that this is food related, and I'm going to put you on the elimination diet, and we're going to find out what is causing you to have these issues. So I did the elimination diet for a month, which is taking out all allergens from your diet, which is a really, really hard hard diet to do, and found out that all of my health issues from a young age were due to a gluten allergy. I took gluten out of my diet and felt what healthy actually felt like for the first time in my life at 28 years old, and felt like I'd been given a second chance to life. So I had this really amazing week where I was feeling good, and I was experiencing this shift of inflammation leaving my body, and experiencing what my body actually looked like without inflammation. I got to see what my nose looked like for the first time at 28. Feeling sexy for the first time at 28. Feeling what a day actually felt like without being worried to go to a party because I'm gonna have gas at the party, or wanting to leave early because I have a migraine, and faking being okay just so that I can hang out with my friends. I didn't have to do that anymore. So in this first period of feeling what healthy actually felt like, I was extremely happy. But then I went through a grieving period, really a grieving period of feeling pissed off. I was livid. Anger really built up, and I started to get depressed. How in the world could it take 28 years to figure out what was going on with me? And when I started to really think about that more, it really came down to all of these holistic options just didn't feel accessible to me. I didn't feel like I belonged in these different groups, that I could fit in yoga, that I could walk into an acupuncture office and feel like I was the skeptic. And I had all of these thoughts just against all of those things. And it took being just that much open to going to a naturopathic doctor, feeling like I had nowhere else to turn, that started to open the door for me and my health. So because of this anger, I really set off on my own mission to find out why these healing modalities just didn't feel accessible to me. Because I knew that if I felt that way, other people had to feel that way as well. And so I tried acupuncture, and I tried chiropractic, and I went and had a massage, and I went to yoga, and I was trying all of these different things, and I stumbled upon sound healing. There was a free sound bath. I'm like, all right, free, I'll try something for free. And I walk into the place, and every single red light went off flashing of no, don't, this is exactly what my skeptical mind started going into, of here's the white guy with dreads that's kind of smelly and guiding me into this experience in this room where there's other people laying down. I'm like, why am I laying down? Where do I lay down? And he's like, oh, just be open and welcome, be open and lay down. And I'm looking around, and I'm seeing a Buddha, and I'm seeing Kuan Yin, and I'm seeing sacred geometry, and I'm just seeing all of these things that really don't seem to go together, plus incense, plus this this room of people just laying down and massaging each other. And I'm like, where the hell am I? And so, of course, I walk into the situation too, and I'm wearing my Nike lifts, and I'm wearing a baseball hat, and I really don't fit into the scenario. And I'm just thinking, like, this is why this wasn't accessible to me. I felt so uncomfortable, and I didn't really understand what was happening, and there was no explanation of what in the world a sound bath was. Nobody would even talk to me about what it was. All they said was, welcome, lay down, close your eyes, and be open. And I'm like, okay. So they part ways for me. I end up laying down in between these two guys. And of course they were all loving and really, really nice, but still I'm like laying down in between two dudes. And so I did it. I was there, and it was as part of my mission to explore other healing modalities. And then I'm the only one that's raising my hand because I don't know what any of these instruments are. I don't know what's about to happen. And again, they just keep telling me, just close your eyes, be open. And I'm like, okay, Danielle, just close your eyes, be open. And so I did. And despite the A to B of getting into that space of laying down, closing my eyes, and being open, a sound healing sound bath was the most profound experience that I had up to date. I didn't know exactly what was happening to me at that time, but I had my experience, and I ended up signing up for the sound healing certification program that night, not really thinking that I would actually become a sound healer, because who in their right mind changes their career and goes into something so esoteric as being a sound healer? A sound healing practitioner, Danielle Hall. My logical mind, my left brain was like, hell no, girl. But towards the end of the training, I knew that I needed to share this with people. I knew that sound healing therapy would be the fastest way to have a physical response within the body. It's the fastest way that I found to relax the nervous system, relax the mind. It's the fastest way that I found to just relieve that limbic brain, our monkey brain, from being in our fight or flight, and relieving stress and reducing pain, and for the opportunity to really unlock the things that we are not wanting to face. And although in a roundabout way, finding out that I had a gluten allergy was what got me to sound healing, I do this work because I want people to experience seeing those parts of themselves that they don't want to see, so they become aware of those things, so that then you can choose because now you have this awareness, you can choose to change your life. You can choose to empower yourself to change everything. For me, it was choosing to be open to going to a naturopathic doctor. It was choosing to accept that I had a gluten allergy. It was choosing to take gluten out of my diet so I can actually feel what healthy actually felt like. And it took 28 years for that door to open for me. With sound healing or a sound bath, you have the opportunity to unlock those parts of yourself a lot faster, and then change the trajectory of your life. So that's why I do it. Tears and all. We don't want to see the ugly. We don't want to sometimes, clear out those cobwebs of ourselves that are the things that are holding us back, whether it's in our relationships, whether it's in our career, whether it's in our health. sometimes we don't know what is really holding us back.